All right, guys, I've done it. This week's lesson wasn't conjured up by myself or anyone else. It just happened. It is happening. You'll see what I mean. You can see them flying around during the entire video, and I want them dead. I want them dead. I want them to die. Welcome to Lessons from the Mundane, or LFTM, the show where you and I are able to glean life-giving lessons from everyday things all around us, otherwise known as the mundane. I'm Jace, your humble host for these next few minutes, and a fellow believer in living a life of abundance and fulfillment, something I truly desire to share with YOU. Guys, I was absolutely blown away by the response to last week's video. It was in practice what I'd only theorized up until that point. Of course, you and I will have plenty of time to talk about my goals and the future direction of this channel in subsequent videos, so let me not keep you waiting. Today's mundane focus is a being of pure evil that makes even Disney villains cringe at the very mention of its existence. Oh no! Something so small you'd think it negligible. But nay, within its genetic makeup is the ability to transfer its sadistic will to its progeny that they might carry it on. I'm talking about fruit flies. It started with 3 good bananas that I didn't eat for over a week and left it on the table in an open bag. Man, that's irresponsible. Fruit flies are attracted to and breed most vigorously from overly ripe or rotting fruits, just left out, hence the name fruit flies, amongst other things. So tell me, have you ever had something good in your life turn sour because you neglected to address or manage it properly? Obviously, in mine, it's happened a lot. Then from that mismanagement was born something that caused you headaches that lasted for much longer than need be had you dealt with the issue early on. Exhibit A. Rather than properly forming good study habits, you crammed for a test at the last minute, but you still passed with flying colors. So that one good thing you kept doing until it became a crutch of a bad habit we like to call procrastination. Wait a second, I'm not even in school. That doesn't apply. Oh, really? Exhibit B. You're expected one day to be home for a dinner date with your significant other, but on the way, you run into a group of old friends and happen to be, catching up for over an hour. You get home way later than you should have, as mistakes do happen, but in order to avoid the immediate conflict, you resort to the old faithful white lie. Which, by the way, there is no such thing. It's just a lie. Saying you got stuck at work in a bunch of after meetings and your car gave you trouble even after you left those meetings. You get my point. Then from then on, you get so used to the usefulness of such lies, so much so that it becomes a habit. And we all know how lies are. You have to constantly manage them and replenish them. Until, of course, it becomes a beast you can no longer control, creating those headaches I was talking about earlier. It's a ditch that just keeps getting deeper. So when is it easier to come out with the truth? When you're about a foot deep, or when you're just as deep as you are tall? You see what I mean? This can apply to almost anything. As hard as it may be, guys, when it isn't addressed in its infancy, those problems will grow and then give birth to things you don't want to deal with. And in most cases, I'll borrow the words of G.K. Chesterton for this, it isn't that they cannot find the solution, it's that they cannot see the problem. Guys, I implore you, coming from the heart of someone that cares about your future, about this world's future, don't be like me, 2 weeks ago and ignore the problem because it's small now. I encourage you to look at your life and analyze, what are the little unhealthy things that you have, say, or do, for starters, that could become paralyzing issues in the future? Then act. Act on what you know to be the right thing to do. And if you don't, try to find it. Ask. Seek help. Seek wisdom. There is no shame in that. You are strong. Did my voice just crack there? You are strong beyond your wildest imaginations. So give yourself a chance to show it. And that starts with believing. Lastly, a quote by Bob Proctor. There is no problem outside of you that is stronger than the power within you. I hope you understand what I mean by that. And if you don't, post it in the comments. Let's start a discussion either with you or fellow viewers, and let's talk it out. I'd love to hear what you guys think about this video, how it's impacting your life, how it's changing your mentality. Did it convince you to think differently about yourself or your problems than you did prior to watching this video? Or is this something that you know for a fact is going to benefit at least one person in your life? And if that's the case, I'd encourage you to share it with that person. So though they be mundane, their lessons forever remain. My name is Jason. This was Lessons from the Mundane, or LFTM, and I speak favor and fulfillment over your life. I'll be seeing you.